Alright, let's go. Second floor, huh? Somewhere up. It was locked before. Let's give it a shot. When I insert the key that I found in the garden into the keyhole, it won't go in. Nope. Weren't there like a couple other doors on this floor that were locked as well? Like, it was definitely locked before. Oh, it fits. And this is the key to the data center. Yeah, Discord is dang. There's a shame. Looks like we all gotta hang out here, huh? Dang. So you're back. How'd it go? The key goes to. It's the data center down on the second or the fourth floor. We can get into the data center now. No. Well, why did the now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right. Here we are. Looks like the door's still unlocked. Hey, so when you open that door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right? You're asking that question now? Don't worry, we have Mako. We have Naegi. I'm going to call him Naegi from now on. I'm going to try to. It's in your hands. I should have been calling him that from the start. Again? It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Nike-kun. Reached out, put my hand on the door. I closed my eyes. Never mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. In a word, the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms up until now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear is looking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread. Hey, that's... Hero extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all the monitors on the wall. What they were showing. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms. Every part of the school was covered. It's a direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back to this room, and they're displayed here on these monitors. Oh, and James, if you're still here, did you see Alcina Domitrisk do her smash your pass of Markiplier? I was gonna share it, but of course, obviously, can't really do that. Shit was actually funny. There was a handful of pictures that she was like, yes, smash this man. So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. Then this room is the mastermind's private room, without a doubt. The mastermind's room. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna give you something to drink. mastermind is here. Watch this. That this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden. If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mikuro Kusaba. And she was the mastermind. Yeah, you see? Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? Serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill him himself. The mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it then? Who was that? So was it that? But if the mastermind is really dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole. We gotta hurry up and fix the exit. Find the exit. Come on. Oh, no. We have to check this area thoroughly first. I'm drinking this. Hold on. So you think so too? Naturally. Tozenda. Yes. State of the court makes it plain as day. Absolutely no doubt. The mastermind was murdered. Why has it got to be that way? I mean, who could have done it? Who could have even done it? That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the mastermind. Now do you understand, Yusu Sensei? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. Mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answer to those questions. After all, the mastermind must have spent who knows how much time in here. Oh no. Oh, no, but apparently, so it's funny that you mentioned that. And I honestly couldn't stand it because Jesus Christ. But in the leaked subreddit for Genshin, apparently one of the discords had, I guess their moderators, plural, were talking to minors, trying to coerce them into sexual acts. And the whole fucking subreddit. I'm just trying to read like leaks and shit, right? The general sub. I don't give a fuck about anything else, right? And every single question was in regards to the Discord. And it's like, brother, I get it. Like 5 million people answered in that Discord already about the same one fucking topic. And it's like, brother, you can make a whole ass post that's not in the general sub or in the general questions, and then talk about it there, you know? Like, sure, oh no, Discord moderators talking to minors. Oh boy, this is new information. I've never been in the well, I've been on the leaked subreddit, but I've never been in it's not the official Genshin Discord, but like one of the sub Genshin Discords for something. I don't know. These people I've never heard of. But, and then apparently people were talking about when they saw the pictures, like, oh yeah, that was definitely somebody with this. Like, jeez. You know, and it's like, well, there you go. You have yours. So this is not some shocking news revelation that, you know, this is like such a common thing that these Discord mods in particular are always like that kind of way. Oh, man. Hello. Yeah, but you can't see it now because, you know, Discord isn't working. But I actually haven't gone back to the leaked subreddit to see the progress on it all. Okay then, let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind. This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No luck. The door is locked, huh? What if you use that key that opened this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Nope, no good. It won't even fit in the keyhole. Oh. Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking about that door within, or with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Okay, you know what? This is a good. The name of this game is Danganronpa, and this is literally the end of the game. So if you don't know anything about this, I'm gonna say, maybe don't don't continue watching. I'd say go back and watch the first video I did, and then progress, because this is a somewhat old game. It's about 10 years now, right? 10 years old or so. But this game has definitely been spoiled to high hell already. But in case you're interested in it and you don't want to be spoiled, I would say don't watch it. I'll go back since we're about to uncover who the mastermind is and stuff now. And if you go to the Leak subreddit, yeah, I haven't been there since yesterday though, because I only cared about like the Ayato changes and some of the future balance things that they're doing and how they change Yai and stuff like that. Because everybody's all angry about Yai's changes. Like, I'm gonna refund. It's like, okay, big man, go ahead, refund that Yai C2. And they're not gonna get a refund. It's actually hilarious that they think that they can. Anyways, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs. They look like ancient laptop alter egos installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what? We can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these monitors, or using these to monitor the network. Oh, basically, they're saying her turret, her C2 turret, I guess that's the one where she gets a fourth turret, but they no longer randomly target other enemies, but they target the enemy you're closest to. And everyone's up in arms and angry about it in there, or the vocal ones rather, about how they're gonna refund her, and they're angry, and they're saying this is preposterous and stuff like that, you know, like how dare they do something like this? And it's just funny. It's funny that they're mad about a problem that the turrets had, and it's being adjusted, right? And buff or nerf, it doesn't, I don't fucking care. You're an idiot. If you're someone who purposely spent money to try and C2 a character and stop right there, right? And you're getting mad that they changing something, I get it. I can understand it to some extent, but at the same time, why? Who was the idiot who bought the C2, right? Who was the one who went that far and used money, right? You can't find it? It's in their, it's in the Leak subreddit. The general question sub. Or the general question thing. You gotta scroll down though. You may well be right about that. There's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. Hurry up and find something for Master. I mean, the only thing in here is what? This? Holly? Oh, what is that? There's a really ridiculous number of monitors in here. And the mastermind's been using all of them to spy on us. You're on page 2. Oh, keep going. As long as I have this. Huh? Look at Master. It's a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership? Well, what else is it? No matter when, no matter where, surveillance cameras follow. Is it strange that there's a surveillance camera in the surveillance camera room? Yeah, I'm gonna point that out. What else is in here? Why was the mastermind murdered? What? Already checked the door, checked the cam. Oh. There's nothing showing up on this one. Huh? Hey, look, next to that TV. Isn't that a TV antenna? It's in there because I was looking at it all yesterday, or whenever. Yeah, yesterday, last night. Let me know in Discord if you're still here and Discord starts working again. Let me know. Or not. I mean, it's not your responsibility. But if you feel like it. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV? Huh? Did someone say TV? Well, Saturday morning, Hina's here. Are you talking about me? Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on. Ah, you're starved for all the info for the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic. And you'll be quantum leaping your way through TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about? Oh. What's wrong? Good news for all of you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now all you gotta do is switch it on. Alright, then do it. Freaking idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they can get away with it? Oh my god. Huh? This is the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it? Huh? That's weird. Hey, what are you doing? That's really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible. And that's just weird. Super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how's it showing the camera feed? Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Here I went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center. What the heck? Is it broken or something? No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick? I'm not sure, but... Huh? Huh? What? It's been a while, you freaking bastards. Monokuma. How? You're supposed to be dead. Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid. Hey, you're acting kind of strange. Something seems different. Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The mummy went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should be pretending to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, it's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now. And that's that. Well, it's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin despairing the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going. No, because of another part. There's Totoko. We're supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all bad, you know. I mean, there's stuff you won't like about this life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair? Ooh, I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point? You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed. That TV is an essential part of your school life here. I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind. But it connected the antenna, so why is it showing the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret, and I'll tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming from the antenna. Huh? But what does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here. Oh, you're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll tell you. This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. What? This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. That's the most popular thing on TV. Holy shit. Wait. It doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. What? Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this? It can't be. Have they taken over the airways somehow? The camera feed is being broadcast? No way, that's impossible. That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one trick that I found, and hijacking the airways is easy mode. Are you being serious right now? Of course. I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind, like a boat tossing into in the ocean. My mind had begun to creak and groan. Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mystery, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do that? Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience to show them true despair like they've never seen it before. I became the director of despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment. You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us. What if they already did? Huh? But then again, it's not any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally though, so whatever. But to take control of all the communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yup. So how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What? Yeah, duh. There's a little business of... Ding dong bing bong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. Class trial? What do you mean? It's actually funny, the person who was behind all of this actually laughs like this too. See, things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride. I can't wait. I can't wait. And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. The truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment, and how is he still alive? I thought that finally we can get out of here. And plus, what did he say about the class trial? Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What? What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Saba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. If Monokuma is alive and active, that means the mastermind, Mukuro Saba, isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her. So it must be Kyoko. There is no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No. Adi and I. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have to end it like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we'd better begin. But if we're going to have a class trial, then that means the killer, correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no. Huh? But you just said. I don't have time to explain now. There's a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is the game. That is how the game works, after all. Ooh. Man, what is it called? Well, this song is good, but it's nothing like what is it called? The second game's final song. Man, hold on, I'm looking it up. It's on my phone. I have it. This kill something. Kill command. And I forgot the Japanese name for it because I used to refer to it as that. Kill command is so much. Is probably the best. Oh my god, I can't wait for the second game. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the actual victim is, who the victim actually is. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or it says it right there. It makes it obvious right there. I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself.
It makes it obvious when it said the last line of the Monokuma file, which I will make a point not to repeat on purpose. I have to find out what happened or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. There's something about that that makes it obvious as to who it is. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. Let me check Discord. I just need to do what I always do. Oh, I think it's working now. Look at that. Discord's working. Man. Actually, you know what? I like the mix of the music that they have here. Okay. Let's get on with it. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. That forced the explosion must have thrown it over here. Except it went all the way through the body from front to back. Does this mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife. It looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it. Koreda. It's the knife that the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever this person in the mask that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was kind of in a trance. Maybe I reacted and grabbed the knife, and maybe then if this is really Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't want to remember. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. I think I've seen it somewhere before, but where? Wait, it's there? I have to double check that later. I'm trying to remember where that was. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of the right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. No, I just... The white jacket the victim was wearing totally got burnt. There's only one little piece left. But what? Okay. The floor of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, The top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains the bottom half isn't wet. Nothing strange about it, right? The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water in that part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange going on about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? There isn't. There isn't, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Alright, this is the panel that controls the sprinklers. Yep. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before them, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place. I think there was one left, or one less chicken. Nope. I count. Oh yeah, there are. The picture doesn't show less. Huh? 4? What's going on, Naegi? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? From 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. Wait, is that the entire world? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? This part I don't remember. I think I'll remember it as the trial goes on. Something's gonna be missing. Or not. Was there a tarp in here before? No, there wasn't. The top is wet, covered with mud and grime. But the underside, because that was what you used to cover the body at first, if I recall. It's totally clean and completely dry. On one side, the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. I remember why that was, and I said it out loud without thinking, but like, that pertains to the case. Oh, I probably gotta talk to everybody. Good timing, McCall. I want to talk to you. Nike. What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd like to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was sleeping all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime? How do you know that for sure? Because after seeing nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden in the last few days, so I figured he'd be here, and I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was nobody here. So the murder can only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entirety of last night. Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to go get them. At that point, we'd been in the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the one without the alibi. Only one without the alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stepped to your room as well. But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be quite disadvantaged here. I'm the only one without alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and? Oh, well, I was thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual. I headed for the dining hall. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when we found it. It was 9 o'clock. He's like, 9:01 if you're late. he said, probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Oh, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think you can say this that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Would the body was found. So who does the body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Alright, Hina, what you got? Listen, Naegi, do you remember how the body looked before it, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. And there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood from the body was still wet. The Akio said not to touch it and avoid getting bloody. So how much blood was there on the body? Or for how much blood there was on the body? I didn't see any on the ground around it. Wow, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explained, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having talked about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. Yes. All right. I think I checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check, specifically this fragment I found before. Somewhere I need to go. I still need to find more about Kyoko. Is that really Kyoko? If that's true, was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I could get to her room, I'd be able to find out more. But the key to her room... I'll simply limit your options. Yeah. I don't have a choice. I need to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Yakuya, if you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, in the meantime, I shall look somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. The only other area I remember having some kind of relation to this. Something in here. I don't see anything that might be connected to the case. Maybe not now. Okay. Then I don't think it was in here yet. Just to be sure. Okay. Not yet then. This had I'm pretty sure there was a reason for that. Okay. It moves super slow when you look at something that you can investigate. The one room should be open now, not that one. There's another room. Oh, I think it was upstairs. Actually, up one more floor. That was locked. That probably should be open now. Actually, could I change that? Or not? Never mind, you can't change that. This one. Yes, this room here. I don't know if it's open yet. But this pertains to this case, actually. Not yet. Okay. I don't remember. Actually, you know what? I think I do know. That means I gotta go to the gym. All the way back this way. I could have just fast traveled there, but I think the pool. figured it wouldn't be here. The bomb. Yeah. I just found something. What is that? It's what? A bomb. There's one that's old in every Monokuma robot. I'm sure. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragment I found in the garden. Okay. All that's left is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Kyoto. He wasn't there though. I think Toko's gonna be like, oh, well, I'm gonna just fast show. I am not walking my ass all the way back upstairs. Oh, garden. What the hell? How did we get here? You're making eggs? How do I like them? Scrambled, naturally. I make omelets from time to time. You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Idaro. Very well. Wait. Byakuya walked off without a second glance and I hurried after him on the way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole and it's open. Looks like it, thanks. Really? So this is Kyoko's room. Okay, yeah, I knew. Okay. Now I gotta go back up there to that room. What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The locker is really traditional public bathhouses used for the lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really what? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. Dojo? Yep. Hey, I think it would be wise to look around some more. What, her bed? You want me to look at her bed? I don't see her trash can or anything, and I can't look at the... Wait, you want to look at the bathroom? What else is there in here? Oh, I probably gotta talk to him. I feel tall. You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Some clue that might help us understand Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this? Consider a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Yeah, did you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell? Oh no. Well, the only thing you missed is me looking at the body more thoroughly. The body has a tattoo on the hand. The body also has fake nails that were coming off. We found out that the upper part of the body was wet. We found a tarp that was dirty and wet on one side. We found out that there was one less chicken in the coop. And we found out that the bomb that was in the gym has gone missing. That's all we've done so far. There's a single piece of paper. And now we're looking at the envelope that Kyoko had given him the night before. That's all that was in there? Oh, yeah, you saw that already. Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? I don't know what's under the sheets. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as soon as I lifted up the sheets, what's this? Found a crumpled piece of paper. Mukuro Saba. 78th student registry. Mukuro Saba. It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. The timeout? This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning is unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusuba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over the Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information. She was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined the mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she had received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro. Yes, she is the ultimate soldier. What do you mean? No timeout? The ultimate soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. But when I saw how things as just an ordinary person, but what? That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then I never imagined I'd hear the name of Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it? The Fenrir Tozenda. Of course I. The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they did have their uses, and they always got the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of the world totally removed from the one I lived in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard said that Fenrir has already... Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you. Huh? What have you had in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile. So what if we did? Don't freak out on me. I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either. Even she stole it and all. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But I can't forgive Miss Olga who broke the rules and busted the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know. Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. Proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Oh, dropping frames. That was strange. Okay. I'll wait for a second. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, I have to follow regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is. Now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all these rules. They're actually one of the participants of the killing game. I don't think I ever told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that. When you all first got here in the main hall, back when there were 15 people, there were 15 people, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying? That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then... The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusuba. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is... Yeah, why? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You won't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone is on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know? Make sense? You're just making breakfast 3 in the afternoon. That's all. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get it back at that sneaky Miss Kitty Giddy, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. Seriously? You know how she wears those stupid little gloves all day, day in and day out all the time? Well, don't tell them I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? No, that's all you get. Wait, on the back of her hand, that wasn't Kyoko, that tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said there were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means those fake nails are on the corpse. You thinking about Kyoko again? Huh? Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. Yes, he's on the right page. His trap. God, God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of the 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case? Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class journal, wouldn't it? If she's a student, she killed someone. That would make her part of the school killing gang. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko. Anyone should be able to come up with that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But based on what Monokuma told us, I changed my mind. Mukuro isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point. Mukuro giving us information that would raise a question about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you said it definitely seems possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need investigation. Yeah. To find out that the key if that key and the dojo are really connected, well, are you coming? The ultimate affluent progeny. Oh, shoot. Brother! There are wooden lockers here. They would use wood block keys just like the super. Yes. Makoto, Naigiko. Do you see the locker farthest to the right? That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in that locker, right? Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the door eagerly accepted the key and it opened. What the hell? There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Hey, what's that down underneath it, though? You see, the text is covering it up. Strong sticks. There's something else there. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a watered up ball of duct tape. I wonder what it was used for. Is that a bloodstain? If it is, that means that it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker offers for now. Is something wrong? It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the keys to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps Yakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location? Still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro is a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? The library. Yeah, the archive, that's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to. We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. The ultimate clairvoyant? Are you talking about Yasuhiro? Hagakure? Is it Hagakure or Hagakure? Well, I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. The Akira seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand. Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How do you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out in the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing too many state secrets they have acquired. Some, however, believe there was a mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. I would actually play Doki Doki on stream, but I don't like what they did. How they murdered my boy. The OG, the PC version is the best version because they watered down the PS4 version and then they changed some things, and it's just, man, these people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't a word I would use. So did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, of course it's something where the name of Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Oh hey, welcome back. A clairvoyant is someone who's like into the occult in a way, which he vehemently opposed to being associated with. But it's like anything revolving around like looking into the future and like reading like crystal ball, anything relating to like crystal balls and stuff. I forgot what the word I'm looking for. Like reading you know, reading the future, I guess, in some. Yeah. Okay, that's the dictionary definition of it, and what I was describing was a very watered down version of that. But you know, we got there, pretty much in a way. They got a tattoo of Fenrir. Could that mean Mukuro Ixava's profile had been updated to the truthfulness section of the handbook? Yep. Ding dong ding dong. So, I know there's another section to this. This might not take too long. So, I'm thinking that I can do the other part to this today, too. Now, this one's going to be interesting, too. Both of these last two cases, when the time has come, because I think this one is to find out who killed the mystery person. But the next one is to unveil who the mystery, or the mastermind is. And, this one is going to be kind of silly, right? What happens here? Wow, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Naiki-kun. Togami-kun and Naiki-kun. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranking higher enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? What? Are you jealous? Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself? I'm gonna play the game that his mom is in next, actually. Not Byakuya, but Yasuhiro, the clairvoyant. What about progeny? I've actually never looked into that word. I don't know. This is the only game like I've ever heard that word used ever, and I never actually looked it up. Stop talking and brace yourself. I'll be here any second. Any second. Though I could look it up now because I'm kind of curious. Normally I'd wait for after the stream for that kind of thing, but. Oh, basically it's just to like, okay, that does make sense. It's basically someone who is a descendant of something. So like, basically, you know how there's like Like Sakura, for example. She's like a progeny of like her dojo, in a sense. But is the example used in here, and I'm not talking about the definition, I'm only talking about the example. It's like the progeny of celebrities. Similar, offspring, children. Basically, yeah, that's the best way to put it. I don't think there's any other way I can... When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10. What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma showed up yet? Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or what? Jesus! Did I scare you? I demanded an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh? I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't stop till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. Nah, we're waiting for Kyoko. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish just the one making us all wait, right? If you all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange for punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we spun around to look. I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko, you still alive? No, that's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right? But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late? I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts into the elevator, I'm just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko, so you really didn't die? Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right, now we've got to deal with the ghost. I told you, stop talking. Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it at the trial. During the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya steps into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long. I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, they piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor? There aren't many monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out? Just now. I finished my search and came back down just to hear the class trial announcement. It took some time to get over the crime scene first, but I can't do a trial completely uninformed, can I? That's why you were late. I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then what's the key you found? What's the key that what's the key you found earlier goes to? Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko's account, yes. Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma. Who's Mama? What? Who was what? What did you look up? You were doing so well. We can go all over the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation, because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? Why is it a crucial moment for her? Why would she say it's a crucial moment for her? Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Oh, you looked up, yeah, Hiroko Hagakure. She's, honestly, she's cool. I liked her, too. She's one of the reasons why I finally started playing Danganronpa as well. But she's gonna be in the game I would play next, though. You could have just waited until then, huh? She's not even that far in the game. And the door slid shut. This time, I hope you didn't look up anything else in that game, actually, because that kind of spoils kind of some stuff about this game. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. The dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. Blame me. I said it before a long time ago. I mentioned it before about him. Like I think when they introduced the characters, I mentioned his mom. It was the blinding light of despair. I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we all got together like this. Time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show. And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. Deadly. Okay, I'm not reading all this again. What time is it? Alright, it's only been an hour. It's 3 o'clock now. If this trial can only take like an hour or 2, if it takes like 2, maybe 3 hours, I can continue streaming and try to finish the rest of the game today. But I think 11 o'clock is my hard limit. I gotta try to make 11 o'clock my hard limit, if that's the case. I don't remember there being... Actually, there's a lot to go over. So I think I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. Not the morning. I'm gonna save it for like tomorrow in the afternoon. Actually, it depends. It really depends. I think I can try and do it all today. But I think the last time I did this, it was exactly this time, and I didn't finish until late at night, like late. Oh, you were late? Oh, shit. Alright, well, I'll say that that's not the only connection the second game has to the first game. Like, there are other cases like that in the second game, but I'm going to tell you this time to not look anything up because you will definitely spoil yourself if you look up anything else. If you figure out who done it, then the only... Okay. Same old. You can literally just wait till I play the game. This is the next game I'm going to play, so... well, then, let's discuss. It's one of my favorite protagonists in the next game, too. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is. It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation. But Kyoko's standing right there. No, that's the ghost. But she has legs and stuff. Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology. There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate. Okay, so I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits with the traits of the dead body. Her traits? One important trait that Kyoko has that proves that the body doesn't belong to her. I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight on the mystery, I'm sure. In that case, I would think it's helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves. And would you happen to know the answer? In fact, Monokumo told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands that you don't want anyone to see. Oh, you know, now that you think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right? They probably just got burnt in the explosion. I'm not convinced the ghost... I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all. There's no way the corpse is Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're all going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward. Oh my god. It's a tattoo, I'm pretty sure. Or the fake nails.
そんなわけないじゃん。キリギリッチが幽霊じゃねえって証明しあの死体って手袋してなかったよ。爆発のせいで燃えただけだべ。じゃあ爆発前は手袋してたの？手袋はしてたはずだべ。
Nope. それは違うよ。それは違う。No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I remember trying to wear gloves over... I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been pretty big pain. Plus, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird if someone who's self-conscious about their hands wears fake nails, don't you think? Jeez, man. You don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that. If anyone doesn't know women, it's you. Well, Kyoko, any thoughts? These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly. And that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko. It should have been obvious since she's standing right here, or standing right there. Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First we need to figure that out. That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles. Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. I think it would be the tattoo, right? Then who died? There is a way to figure it out. Oh yeah, she was supposed to be on recognition, of course. And there wasn't any description in the document file. We can. So let's go.
死体の身元を知るための手がかりならちゃんと残されてたよ。
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body. What? Machide. If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death. A cruel and unusual death? This I gotta see. She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about. The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo in the back of her hand. Oh yeah, the design's pretty strange, huh? Is this Inu? A dog? Her master must have made her get it to be like, you're my bitch. Seriously? They really did something that humiliating? No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo. Whoa, really? If you compare the tattoo to the other information we got, we clearly have the victim. We clearly have the victim's identity should become clear. What is that?
傭兵部隊フェンリル。戦場ムクロが所属してた傭兵部隊の名前だよ。
The Fenrir Mercenary Group. That's the name of the military group Kuro Ixaba belonged to. Okay, so to show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Fenrir. Yes. The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh my god, no. Wolf. Where's the F at? Brother. What is that? That's right, it says that instead. Sonka wakata. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf. Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology, a huge world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki and a female giant. Oh man, God of War really gonna get us into that one. Oh, I cannot wait. Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star. A wolf tattoo. And that means... Exactly, the body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been... Yeah, it must have been Mukuro. What? Hold on, isn't she the one behind this whole thing? You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed, the trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ixaba. What? What are you saying? The mastermind is dead, and now we have to have a class trial? His minions to what now? No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all. But, I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me. Well, they're not wrong. The ultimate despair does exist. But maybe we shouldn't have been thinking her as the ultimate despair in the first place. Yeah, it is wrong. But there is an ultimate despair. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it says is that she was the ultimate soldier. Mukuro, yes. If I remember, but so here's the thing about Mukuro though. I gotta remember, but I'll explain it after this. If I remember correctly, it's not necessarily a spoiler on the case, but more about the personality of Mukuro. And I'll just wait till the end though. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right? So that means Kyoko got it wrong? Then who was she? Who is Mukuro Ixaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene when an important character dies, it has a lot more details. So you're saying she was an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant. Then who's the real mastermind? It must be one of the Hope Peak Academy headmaster after all. No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it. But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong. My information was not wrong. Okay, we're in the middle of a trial right now. Figure out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle and chatter and chit-chat as much as possible.
いいだろう。
いいだろう.
黒幕の正体を暴くのは後回しだ。
Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stick my family name on it.
俺の
I have officially decided to completely ignore all attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial was because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big old brains. What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body? Then one of us killed Mukuro? Wait. No, there's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along. Nope, there are only 16 students total that have been taking part in these events. So he's not wrong, and I just realized something, right? I realized the wording on this, and I never noticed it the first time, obviously because it didn't make sense, but like I understand why there's a particular reason why Monokuma is wording it this way. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events, which is absolutely true. And something he said earlier before the trial started was also true. But I'm not gonna. I don't know if it's. I think it's too much if I talk about that, right? Is it? Yeah. I think it'd be too much. But it's something he said earlier is absolutely true as well. Seriously, did one of us killed Mukuro? Who did it? Who's the killer this time? Get a hold of yourself. We already narrowed down the list of possible suspects. Huh? I'm sure you all realize who I'm talking about, right, Maigi? Who the evidence points to? Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects. You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right? Oh, man. Why do you say that? Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time. The gym? That's right, the 4 of us were trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which to say, the 4 of us have alibis. The only ones without alibis are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects. Exactly so. So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name. I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing. Are you thinking of raising an objection? Well, before that, I just wanted to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue. Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out. Me and Byakuya, me and Togami, can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at all. Or, wasn't in the garden at. Well, after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 o'clock. Yes, 10 p.m. Then I guess we could say that the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body? The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When we went to go get the pickaxe. So what time was the body discovered? What is that? Nope, Mono has said everything that's completely true. But everything that he says, there's a reason for saying it. Like, it'll be clear once we get to not this trial. It's not the end of this trial that we discover it, but the end of the next one. When we find out who and you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it would make sense. Because it was only because I saw the anime first, I knew who it was. But like, after coming and playing the game this time, I completely understand how one could arrive to that conclusion without the internet's assistance, right? Or without having any prior knowledge. The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m. since that's when Toko went to go get the pickaxe. And I can obviously explain that once I just got to make sure to remember all these facts. So I'm going to try and do this all today, actually. You know what? I'm going to try and do it. But it's going to be a very long stream. So I'm going to try and take a break in a bit. And I think I'll go from there. I'm just going to have to stay up late for this one, I think. Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 o'clock on the dot now. Yeah, I'm going to probably, like, end the stream, too, and then just come back an hour later or so. And then just kind of go hard. He's right. It had to have been around then. So we can be totally sure that the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning. But I also want to try and pull for a ride in C2. I want to see if I can get that and try to get some Shinyan constellations because, like I've been saying, I want to try and get Shinyan to C2 at least So I can start building her and start working her as a DPS of sorts. For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone before 9 this morning. We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah, that was around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in. I'm totally sure about it. Which means from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. you don't have an alibi. The murder happened between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has just begun. If I can't prove the alibi, or if I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Sprinklers. It's the sprinklers. We established the time frame for the murder. Yes. 10 o'clock. And 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time. Yeah, from 10 to 7:30. That's more than enough time to do the murder, should I say. Nah, so it should be when Hina said 7:30. There's a trophy for getting like 1,000 of these things, and I think I only got barely like 50. And there's a trophy for not using the slow motion. Oh shit. So what is it? It has to do with the sprinklers, that's for sure. It has to do with the sprinklers, right? But like, what part is incorrect then? There's something that happens to the garden, yeah, at the same time every morning. So what am I doing? What part of the sentence is incorrect? 10 p.m.? It's not 10 p.m. Do I attack sprinklers with that? Because this is correct still. Let me try it. What the fuck? Brother! Found this picture. What picture? Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later. And what makes you say that? Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers get set off at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked. Hold on, I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet, dripping wet, in fact. Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong. Kawa-san. I'm wrong. How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words? No, I'm saying the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers. What do you mean? By denying the sprinklers, are you trying to deny my entire existence? Man, you're totally wacko. If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why. It's because he doused the water, or doused the bucket of water on her. Because she was on fire. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. This is getting harder and harder, man. Machinesayo.
私が正しいのよ
Alright, is this... How can you say it was a sprinkler?
これ
Or
が
it
証明
wasn't
す
a
る
sprinkler. Or it was a sprinkler. I didn't read it.
スプリンクラーのせいじゃないってことは
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion. You'll see why it wasn't a sprinkler.
あの死体って
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. The sprinkler's got the body wet. Oh shit. If the sprinkler got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet? So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac. I'm so sick of her. Let's move on. Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. Only the part on fire, the top half. Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it. So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then a murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning. Which means that she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9. But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock to last night to 7:30 in the morning, right? So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you have an alibi after all. Good for you. In which case, the only one without an alibi is Kyoko. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's... I like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. Huh? So you're saying you're not the culprit? Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind had laid for us. A trap? We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time. Stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work? Shut up, you. You got it, boss. Shutting up now. Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her. Huh? She did. Wait a minute. I just saw... Hold on. I just read something interesting just now. Huh? She did? She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try to put a stop to all of this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, you were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't expecting at all. James. Okay. James. Hey, man. You still here? Alright, well, come on. What? Ah, get it? Because there's hero in each of their names. That's funny. Yeah, Hiroko is, she's cool, though. Hey, James. If you're not here, I got something to ask you later, man. I'm sure you know what I'm gonna ask. But where? Where do I... Would I put it in general? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Alright, cool. Oh! No, you're in VR chat. No, I'm not talking about Danganronpa right now, man. I'm talking about something different, something else. All right, again, if you know, don't say nothing. But yeah, I'm here to talk about something different, man. So I see you like trying to talk to people, right? Trying to message some people. So that was her motive?
それがギリギリの
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's got to be the
これはもう
culprit.
確実に
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient. Huh? The Sprinkers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't seem to mean the murder happened when he said it did. What are you... Because you see, there's a way the body could have avoided getting wet. Interesting, I'm listening. All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet. Yeah, man. Yeah. For your sake, I would say maybe don't do that. I see. I can understand. No, I can't. I can't understand. I'm more curious as to why you just want to talk about Destiny. I'm gonna tell you, she's not the one. I think that's the best way to put it. She's not the one. All it would take is covering the body with certain something to keep it from getting wet. It was the tarp that was found in this one. You don't want to talk about Destiny with Shade, I see. You catch on quick. You're right. All you have to do is cover the body with tarp, and that'll take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty because it was the side that got covered in water. Hey, man. It's in your name on Discord, man. It's in your name on the Tigo server side. Also, why do you have to post Kazu like that? It's so ugly. It's true that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked, but why would they go through all the efforts just to keep the body from getting wet? Most likely so they can cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto gave us. There's another server. You know what? You're right. What server? There is no other server. Oh. Alright, well. Oh, you still are? Hey, man. It's okay. Just patiently watch my stream and wait for some good news, actually. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp, if it was used the way that Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body... Wait, something's not right. Okashiyo. And what might that be? I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's going to think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Because there wasn't any stain of blood on the tarp. That's why. Fragments, exploded body analysis, body before the explosion. Wait a minute. Exploded body analysis. So that's not that. It's not that because that refers to the bomb. Because the sprinkler got that side wet. But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right? She was protected. Since it was facing down toward the body. Of course it didn't get dirty. So what's yo? Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch the body or you might get, or not to touch it or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it. Well, maybe the culprit washed it so nobody would know that they used it. If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just cleaning one side wouldn't hide anything. Oh yeah, true. More than that, what if the fairy blood we saw on the body was meant as some kind of camouflage? Huh? The blood was camouflage? What if after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim? So she's actually... You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that? I know, they could have grabbed some blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? Yamada, when he pretended to be dead? No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got blood from right there in the garden. He got blood from right there in the garden. That must mean the chickens... The chickens... You missed that. Basically, she was saying that she came down right as they announced the dead body has been discovered. So she went, and after everyone had left and were waiting, she went to investigate herself to look at everything, so she can look at the crime scene and come up with her own conclusions and stuff on her own. What? Chicken blood. When I checked the chicken coop before the murders, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4. Still 5 chickens in that picture there. So you're saying someone killed the chicken and then covered its body with his blood? Man, that's messed up. Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it. I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so that they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory. Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. We said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and cover the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have... Oh my god, I got hiccups, hold on. Give me a second. Great. But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean. I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered... Which... See, and this didn't make a whole lot of sense until you discovered what the basis of this mystery was. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand. They covered it beforehand. When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would? I think so. No, it was backwards. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves. And that too. Then that settles it. Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what? Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with tarp. Then later, at the same time, the killer was gathering up the tarp. They pulled the coat over the body. The coat they had already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time of the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30. If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that that the murder happened earlier. But to pull that off, wouldn't they have to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off? That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult. Huh? They already had the coat already, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time. Maybe, but still. Hina, after you met up with Naegi in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on? Oh no, I headed to the gym and Makoto didn't show up till later. Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say? That's not... Don't bother saying it's not possible. I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Well then, looks like we're back to square one. Why would I want your food? Cause you hungry, man. You gotta eat. It looks like we're back to square one. Nagi's alibi is no good, so once again our suspects are him and Kyoko. For serious, man, which one of them did it? Hey, then why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin, 50-50 odds. Oh, see? Pretty good idea, right? No, not that. I just remember something super serious. Well, don't just stand there, out with it. You know that knife we found all black and burnt? The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through from the front to back. So, what about it? I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered. Yeah, it's the knife. They're talking about the knife. We already did this. We can't let Toko hold it, so they all put it on Naeki-kun. Oh, stretching! Oh, I'm stretching! Still stretching! Oh! Still stretching. It's the knife we gave to Makoto. You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed it earlier. Yeah. Then why did you hide that fact? It's not that I hid it, it's just... I couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her. Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced. Considering everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Exploded disguised dead body. What? Hold on. Let me see what that is. Interesting that the camera panned right there, huh? Disguised dead body, right? Let me see what the argument is, because it might have to take somebody's, it's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that. If you did have the knife beforehand, or before then, that seals it. Wait, what is that? Exploded body analysis, right? That automatically makes me the killer? It has something to do with that. Stab, stab. What a horrible man you are. We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Which means the knife was thrust through the coat into the body. Okay, so I have to use this, right? About the knife wound being the one that killed me. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard. Lies. We never talked about what killed her. No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that bloodstained coat until after they were dead. Okay, fine. So what? So when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on her, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her. Maybe you stabbed her twice, once to kill her and once to cover it up? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. The condition of the body? The disguised body. Am I using this? No. So what am I trying to prove here? What am I trying to say? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Let me see everything we have here. What exactly is this saying? Did I use this or the other thing? Oh, what killed? What killed? Okay, I see. But the only things that we talked about, it was this, right? They were talking about how they had multiple... Okay, due to the explosion in the yeah. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old. But that doesn't prove it either. What proves that they had died? What is this? Okay. And this is the hand, right? Oh, they had more students? I'm not exactly sure what they're asking here. What is this? I'm gonna say this. Okay. Easy. See, I knew it. I was just making sure you guys were on the same page. The Monochrome file clearly states that there was only one stab wound. Oh, that's what they're saying. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that. Then the knife was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her, which was... don't forget about the head wound and the several piercings to the body beforehand. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy the evidence of the crime. Yes. So they wanted us to notice a stab wound and then detonate the body afterwards. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death and destroy evidence proving otherwise. Oh hey, I have a question. Let's kind of go back to the beginning, but what's to do with the explosion anyway? Why did the body just blow up all of a sudden like that? If you bother to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you know the answer. Well, if you're so smart, then just tell me. I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level of spontaneous combustion. I might be dumb, but I'm even not dumb enough to believe that. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her, or we won't make any headway with this. There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. It was the bomb. Is there a bomb somewhere? Is there anything talking about the bomb? Oh, we'll just go to do the fragment. Put it up. After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground nearby. The body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion. Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. That's only natural because of course, we saw the same thing when dismantling Monochrome. It's part of a bomb. Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb. Anyway, the culprit's motive becomes more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury, so that we suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect, Kyoko. Hold on a second, Byakuya. What's the problem? Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what exactly killed the victim. That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her? Fine. I have no problem with that. Let's continue to do the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. What ultimately killed her was something... Alright, I gotta steal something, I think. Or maybe I have to discern. Actually, well, I suppose it didn't kill her for sure. She was already totally dead when that happened. And it wasn't because of the knife, right? There's only one other thing. Oh yeah, according to the Monokuma file, there's two things. I'm trying to get that other thing. Yeah, she was. And more than that. Yeah, well, knife was a cover-up, but all those other ones on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves... We want the thing that was the oldest thing, right? Which would be what Byakuya said at the end. About the, I'm trying to get the...
モノクマファイルによるとそうだ後頭部に殴られた跡がそれ以外にもこの被害者全身に無数の傷があったらしい
Is that? That's not right. But it, like, cause it's not wrong. That's what I was thinking about. It's not wrong, but I'm thinking it has to do with that though. I have to use that maybe.
じゃあ議論を続けるぞ被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていない
Oh, I have to use that there. Okay, I see.
致命傷じゃないんだよね当然だべ
I thought it was weird.
ナイフもだとすると他にはモノクマそうだ後頭部に殴られたそれ以外にもこの全身に無数の傷があったらしいよ
All right.
じゃあ議論を続けるぞ被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだろうな
What? Okay, so I know it has something to do with the wounds, right?
じゃあ議論を続けるぞ被害者
But
の
this
致命
is
傷がはっきり
あの爆発は致命傷じゃないんだよね
No, the explosion did not.
当然だべ
ナイフ
And the
も
knife,
関係
and
ない
it
の
wasn't
よ
because of the
ね
knife. No.
だとすると他に怪しいの
モノクマファイルによるとただ後頭部に殴られた跡があったんだそれ以外にもこの
But what Makoto was saying, Makoto was saying, it makes it sound like the part about the countless wounds is the knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Yes, we're talking about how she had multiple other wounds on her body, and they came first. And as we know, this. They were dead before the blast. They'd also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe, and the body was covered with other wounds. But these were at least several days old. So what are we trying to discern here? We're trying to prove that something else did it, right? And it wasn't the explosion. Victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
あの爆発は致命傷じゃ
The
ないんだ
explosion
よ
didn't
ね
do it. We all know that. She died before the explosion.
当然だべ
Well, yeah, she was already totally dead when that happened.
死んだ後だぞ
ナイフ
And,
も関係
and
ない
it
のよ
wasn't
ね
because of the knife, right? No.
だとすると他に怪しいの
モノクマファイルによるとただ後頭部に殴られた跡があったんだ
Which is true.
それ以外にもこの被害者には全身に無数の傷があったらしいよ
I feel like this might be something. I'm not exactly sure which one of these things can prove it. Like, I'll look at it and be like, oh, yeah, duh. But it's like, right now I'm looking at it, it's like, what are these statements? What are the statements here that are being said that says that proves that all the other wounds on her body weren't fresh? Like, I said that her being stabbed up was, it says that, right? They weren't fresh. So what else is left? It wasn't the bomb.
被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだったな
あの爆発は致命傷じゃないんだよね
Am I taking his statement?
爆発があったのは死んだ後
ナイフも関係ないのよねだとすると他に怪しい
And then attacking. Hold on, I'm gonna try that.
ただ後頭部に殴られたそれ以外にも全身に無数の
I took
傷
this the
があっ
last
たらしい
time.
ぞじゃあ議論を続けるぞ被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだったな
あの爆発は致命傷じゃないんだよね
当然だね
ナイフも関係ないのよねだとすると他に怪しいの
モノクマファそうだ後頭部に殴られた跡がそれ以外にも全身に無数の傷があったらしい
Brother. I'm trying to figure out what it is exactly I need to...
じゃあ議論を続けるぞ被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだったな
We might lose for it, but it's alright.
致命傷じゃないんだよね
当然だべ爆発があったのは死んだ
ナイフも関係ないのよねだとすると他に怪しいの
モノクマファイルによると
But no, it can't be. He's telling the truth.
そうだ後頭部に殴られた跡があったんだ
And more than that,
この全身に無数の傷があった
I'm trying to figure out what exactly... Yeah, the knife was a cover-up. And all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves what? What does it leave? Like, I know the answer to it, but I'm trying to understand where they're trying to get at with this. I might be going a little too fast. Like, I may be going a little too far ahead of what this part is. But I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember what was the part that they were trying to get at with this. Yeah, it's true that they've been struck in the head, which he said. That's not false. And she was, the body was covered in other wounds. Which is all true. But nothing that they're saying is wrong. That I can see.
じゃあ議論を続けるぞ。被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだったな。
あの爆発は致命傷じゃないんだよね。
当然だべ。爆発があったのは死んだ。
ナイフも関係ないのよね。だとすると他に怪しいの。
モノクマファイルによると、ただ後頭部に
Sure.
殴られた跡が。
That's incorrect. Cool. No. No, don't do it. We're gonna figure it out. There's only so many options that can be used here. Alright. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Like, it might be obvious once I figure it out, but I think the wording on this might be a little weird. Let me try and take Yasuhiro's thing. So the other thing didn't work, right? Let's try that. Stupid! So stupid! Okay, so, here, I'll explain. So, I'm a little ahead of what's going on here. That's really what the issue is. And this is what usually trips me up in these games, like in this case, in this game specifically, because this is what tripped me up in Mondo's original case the first time when I did it in the game, because I knew, because the information that he provided wasn't new for me, right? I already know, but at that point in time, I didn't know that everyone else didn't know, because at the time I'm like ahead of the case of what was going on. So I am once again using information that I already know, that they haven't arrived yet. They're going to discover the thing that I was thinking that they were at much later. So we have to do this step by step. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered. What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? And this is the part that I was thinking, right? This is where I was at. That will get explained in a bit. I know why. And of course, I think the people here also know why. But for those who aren't watching, it'll become, or who aren't following or don't know, it'll become clear later. Yeah, those weren't fresh. Oh, okay. You know what? Never mind. That makes sense. But I'm still thinking ahead. But what about the murder weapon? She was hit with a blunt object and stick with a metal pipe. Oh, I bet it was a pickaxe. How is that even possible? If you hit somebody with that, their skull, you'll cave their skull in completely. And I think I can explain it later once it happens, though, too. What I was thinking and why I was thinking that. Well, maybe they held it in the other way and hit her at the handle. No way, the balance would totally be off. Or the balance would be off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want. No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident. I'll have to scoop out that nasty brain if you're just throwing it on the ground and spit on it. I feel the same way. It looks like we're on the same page this time. Seriously? We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know. We already know. I knew we could count on you, Master. So what was it? Go ahead and tell him, Makoto. Surely you deduced the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. If I recall, in this case... Yeah. Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrows we found in the locker in the dojo. The arrow, or an arrow, that's what a culprit used to attack Mukuro with? Indeed, there's no doubt about it. Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird. How dare you talk back to Master? You have no right. I'm not back talking anything. I'm just saying what I think. I don't blame Hina for doubting us because there's one other thing about that weapon. One more secret. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was another weapon. Are you sure? You don't sound convinced. What's the problem? Well, because the monochrome file. It said the weapon must have been a stick to the metal pipe, right? So let's go. You're right. Just one of the arrow, or just the one arrow would have been too weak. But that's why the killer used another weapon. Another weapon? Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together to use using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. That's exactly what the killer did. Similar to Aesop's fable about bundles of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation. Damn, that's harsh. How is this harsh? Were you even listening? Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is who stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko. I've never been to the dojo. Oh no, you absolutely have. How can you say that with such confidence? Because we have proof, of course, don't we, Naegi? Tell him, Naegi. What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect the murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover up for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of all of us, remember? Of course I remember. Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. Must be connected to the dojo locker. It's the key. It would be the key found under her bed. Or found in her room. What is that? The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker. And how does that prove anything? Because I found it in your room. It was in my room. Don't bother trying playing dumb. Well, think about it. He's not thinking about it. None of them are. Who had the key to her room the whole time? She had no way to access her own room that whole time. The only one who had the key was him. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This is all proof that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away. Just give up. Hold on a sec. Not this again. You're really dead set on defending her, aren't you? No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Pathetic. Last night you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing in there? Or what were you doing there? That's what I need to know. I was just protecting you. What? She was protecting me. So does that mean she knew I was being attacked? Pathetic. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me? That's enough. The time for idle chit-chat is over. A verdict is close at hand. Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer. I knew you were stubborn, but this is getting ridiculous. Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong? I should know? Of course he should know. He had the key the whole time. What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean?
It means she didn't have access to...
No, I'm still playing. When the body was found, no. So now I know what we have to take. Oh yeah, I guess we can use this. I'm not the killer. You should understand more than anyone. Byakuya, what are you hiding? Master would never hide something from me. There's proof that you are. Proof that you are the culprit. What are you saying? You stated that theory earlier. That you said I had the evidence. Am I using when the body was discovered? Yeah, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean... Should I say when, proof that he has? It has to do with that. Because she didn't have the room key. That's what we're trying to get at, but what also determines that? I would assume This was that.
あなたが一番よく知
Because
っ
when
て
the
る
body was discovered, again, she didn't have the key to her room, so she couldn't have gone in there. And she couldn't have committed it.
お前がある
Is that what you're saying?
さっきのあなたたちの推
You
理
stated a theory
私は
earlier,
同情の
saying the
ロッ
evidence
ク
of
に
the crime.
証拠を隠しその鍵を自分の部屋に
置いたらしい
That right there is proof enough.
本当に私にそんなことができたのかし
I
ら
swear for God.
今の言葉は
そのままの意味私が犯人じゃないということをあなたが一番よく知っている戸上っちヤクヤ様が私に
キリギリ
Okay.
それは違う
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room. Huh? Why not? Because she'd given her room key to Byakuya. I see, so that's what you mean. That's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room, then obviously you had no way of getting in. Without... Oh, wait. But without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the key, or the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong? It would appear not. Then you're finally starting to understand. Except he knows that that's a lie. So, I know I just said that, but think about it. For those at home, don't say it, but think about why that's true, but it's also not correct. She could still access her room. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. Hey, that's the line every sim says before they get cucked, man. I know the manga. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind's trap. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap? The victim is Mukuro, or the victim was Mukuro, and the Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. Okay, we're gonna go through this all over again. Okay, spend your time trying to avoid danger, never be able to move forward. We know the danger, but the risk means... But if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to... They're all going to point to the same thing anyway. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something to do with the mastermind trap that Kyoko mentioned. Well, there's no one... Okay, at that point it's kind of already exposed in a way because he just talked about it, but he didn't directly say it. So in case you forgot, the reason why, even if she doesn't have her key, she cannot get to her room, which is true. However, she also had the master key that can unlock every single room, every single door in the entire building. So she would still be able to get to her room. Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see, so you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko did put the locker key in her room, and it was someone else. But who else could it have been? I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right? You. What are you trying to imply? Of course I have an alibi from... But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly kill anyone or put the key in Kyoko's room. So someone had to have put the key in there. There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them. And once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there. Huh? It had to be Makoto, right? Makoto, right? I don't see any other option. Wait a second, you got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's got to be some hidden side to this case. Huh? A hidden side? First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all don't see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why it has to be. Huh? Time's up. Class trial is all over. Everyone can stop talking now. What? Time's up? What does it mean time? Okay, you know what? This is good. This is good. It's already heading to that point where I thought, much faster. So I could take an hour break and then come right back and finish it for the day. because you were late. We had to push back the start time. So then it's all time for voting time, alright? Please vote using the lever in front of you. Voting time? No. 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 Alright, we fucked up that one part, but, we gotta be there. Okay, that's not too bad. That's whatever. Now, who will be chosen as the Black Kid? Will you make the right choice or the definitely wrong one? Mateo! Shotto mate. Mateo. Oh man, I can't wait for Danganronpa 2 though. Well, Ultra Despair Goals is the next game that I'm gonna play. Danganronpa 2, like I said, is my favorite game. Oh man. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Doshio kana. Doshio kana. And guess who they all vote for? He's the one who did it. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Oh. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes sense. Okashio. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I? Kyoko!
許してもらおうとは思わないわ。すべて私の責任だから。
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault. Kyoko, let's give it everything we've got. Oshioki time. Why do you say it like that? You thought it was over, Shade? You thought it was the end? Why do I speak Japanese sometimes? After some lines? Only because when I know what the word is being used in Japanese is, I will say it in Japanese with confidence. It's cooler that way, I don't know. I think it's cool. Yeah, that's all there is to it. You know the bad end? Do ya? Oh, so you saw it? You looked it up? You know the bad end, huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Oh yeah, it had to be. Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this. It seems like you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that? What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you'll never see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. Oh, you saw it? Oh. Alright, for everyone else who didn't see it, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the bad ending too. That reminds me, I have to do that today. I gotta make sure to save it during the halftime, so that But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on? It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh? Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. What are you talking about? You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over the... Oh, it's just the beginning. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope on the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you are scouted by the school itself. And standing at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk out in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Make it its own short video? I could. I think. Nah, I gotta do a bad ending first. I think it allows me to save right before that part anyways. I think. But the bad ending is actually just... Finally. Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, so here's what I can do. Before... So what I will do, if I can finish this game today, if I can finish it today, I can, whenever I stream Ultra Despair Girls, I'll go back to this game and do the bad ending. And then I'll start Ultra Despair Girls. I can finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. I was awake. Or was this another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. The trash was piled all across the area. This must have been some kind of underground garbage pit. Wait a minute. Listen, I think it's because you have misconceptions about the bad end and how long it takes to get there. It's literally at the end of the game, and there's a save right before it. Because the true ending, the good ending, you have to... It's a lot more to it than just messing up. Because at that point, you intentionally mess up right after you save it. And then from there, all you have to do is reload the save and then just continue on and just do the good choice. That's all. And it's more hours after the good choice. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. I was going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Now, after what my good friend went through to save me, I remember all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me. Look at his pouty face. So, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up, oh, also, real quick, I will say noodle cup. Just keep that in mind. Noodle cup. First up, I was to start looking for a way out of there. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea? Again, pointless. Mood at this. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. Iktemas. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was the only way to preserve what little strength I had left, not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but at least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the strange... What the fuck was that? It's strange indeed, right when he said that. A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostle to form an odd shape. Did something fall down here? Fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? In a way. I carefully stretched out my hand toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me. A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. This place smells awful. Kyoko! You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious I'm here to help you? I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash, and then faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth, making its way towards my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me? To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. Is what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak? That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory. Do you remember, Makoto? Naiki-kun. Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect. Thinking back on it now, it was... At that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school and why I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But, what would make you forget all that time? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. Seems much too convenient. Are you saying that you thought you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they wouldn't interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you? And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things all by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't just ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memories by herself. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That's just my intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here. It's just like that dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help right away, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigation on your own, so how did it turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. The ultimate! You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective. And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? She's probably going to say it anyway, so I'll just let her say it. Well, it was the headmaster of... Oh, if I had said... I was about to say the other thing. But so she didn't outright say it. Okay. It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Oh, okay, she does say it. Because he's my father. What? I was separated from him as a child. It turns out he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster. Then that explains. When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved, I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost. Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point. But when he did that, or when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there? The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map shows that the second floor is home to a number of students, mapped for the faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay there overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. But once I got there, I noticed the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important and really ominous. Okay. Of course, once I got to the second floor, yeah, no cameras monitors, which is why I had an idea of what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with the Mukuro Ixaba, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her, and I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So who did kill her? What can I say for sure? What I can say for sure is the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro was to get me killed. Get you killed? I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations? Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your own discretion. at your discretion.
つまり
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the rules, school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Tsuba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim? You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night?
私
I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me to cases just like this, which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw a shadow go into your room. I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
だけど
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was. They ended up dead,
そう
and their murder was disguised, and the dojo king wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Yeah.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but it seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. No, it isn't, actually. Technically, no. The remnants of despair are my favorite group. And we'll find out about that in a different game. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event. You're talking about whatever happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair.
どうやら
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair, then make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. Oh man, I just can't wait to get to that point. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Alright. The end. Now, we have options here. They're gonna let me save, but now, here's what I can do. I'm gonna talk it over with y'all. Would you rather I finish the game today or call it now and just stream tomorrow? Because if I stream today, I'm going to take an hour break or so and come back. And then go right and do the last chapter. But the last chapter might be 3-4 hours, maybe? But I'm just asking so in case everyone wants to do it now and they can prepare. Or would you rather just me do it tomorrow? I don't know if anyone's still here or not. Uh-oh. I'm gonna take a small break, but I'm going into the next Danganronpa game, which is Ultimate Despair Girls, which has Hiroko in it. Uh, I think the order is supposed to be you play Danganronpa 1 and 2 first, and then you play Ultra Despair Girls. But I personally prefer playing 1 Ultra Despair Girls and then playing Danganronpa 2. But it wouldn't be immediate because I've got something else to do in between. And then I'd probably say it'll be like a week or so until I start Ultra Despair Girls. Probably less than a week. But Ultra Despair Girls is going to be set up differently because it's not. Ultra Despair Girls is more of an action shooter. It's not. It's not the typical Danganronpa experience. All right, so technically that's 2 for later tonight. So, it's 4:56 my time right now. And honestly, it probably won't take as long because I should already know the answers to everything. And the reason it took me long the first time is because I was trying to figure everything out. But I'd say 3 hours, about 3.5 hours, as long as I read it fast and go through it quickly, and don't waste time. Because a lot of it where is the investigation. Before when I first played it, I didn't know what rooms were important to get information from. But it shouldn't take too long. Okay, so I'm gonna do it later tonight. I'm gonna take an hour, and if you don't catch it tonight, obviously you can just watch the VOD tomorrow, and that's fine too. I don't blame you. And even if you run out of steam and fall asleep, you two especially, um, at the very least you can catch the VOD. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a break. It's 4:57 right now. I'll be back at 6. I'll try to be back around 6:15, at least before 6:30, but it should definitely be before 6:30. But the worst it'll be then. So we'll be back.